How's it going, everybody? I'm Lewis and we've got the newest poll from the Old School RuneScape team, so let's go ahead and vote in this poll. This is the poll going over the polling system we've got in Old School RuneScape. First of all, would you like the requirement for a question to pass a poll to be reduced from 75% to 70%? Please note, for this question to pass, it requires 75%, not 70%. For me, having 75% is such a quintessential part of the Old School RuneScape polling system, I do not want to downgrade that in any manner. I feel that updates that get near 75% have indicators that they are good updates for the game, but they can just have a little bit more improvements to them. So if we lower the threshold to get an update into the game, updates that could be improved miss out on that chance for improvement. So I'm going to go ahead and vote no to that. Question 2. If a poll question only affects the gameplay of certain players, should they only allow those affected players to vote on it? In order for an update to be polled to a specific part of the player base, it would need to truly be exclusively a change to only that community. If it provides an advantage over other players, or a change which impacts the wider game, it would still require approval from the entire community. I was on the fence about this question when I made my developer blog video. I feel there are a few issues with the update. However, if the Old School RuneScape team managed to get their exclusivity rules down to a T, then it would actually provide some quite good updates to some communities that otherwise would struggle to get those updates. So I'm going to go ahead and vote yes to that. Question 3. Should it be possible to change how you voted on a poll after you have submitted your response? It will be possible to edit your answers until the poll closes. I'm going to go ahead and vote yes to that. I feel that being able to change your vote is just a very nice quality of life update for the entire polling system. Question 4. Should the results of a poll be concealed until it's ended? Since my developer blog, I've been a little bit unsure about this question. I don't feel like it's a necessary change for Old School RuneScape. However, I am informed that many people actually do vote based on the results. So if we conceal them, then we can get much better results from our poll system. And in the end, I think it'll be interesting to see how much it does affect our polling system, so I'm going to go ahead and vote yes on that. Finally, question 5. When players request changes to Old School RuneScape, which of the following describes your feelings? The options are: more should be done without a poll being required, fewer things should be done without passing a poll, the polls are about right, and of course skip question. I went through my opinion on this in my developer blog video, and really it sums down to I feel that fewer things should be done without passing a poll. So I'll submit my vote, and then we can check out the current results. So far we've only got 10,575 votes, which is very early for me recently. I've been catching many polls at the end when they're about to close. So probably these results are going to be very inaccurate, but let's have a look at their initial standing points. 54.4% would like the requirement for a question to pass a poll to be reduced from 75% to 70%. 67.1% want poll questions that only affect gameplay of certain communities to only be polled to those certain communities, if the update is itself truly exclusive. 65.5% want it to be possible to change how you voted in a poll after you've submitted your response. 67.6% want the results of polls to be concealed before they end. And looking at how people think the polls are in Old School RuneScape, 29.9% want more things to be done without a poll. 15.2% want fewer things to be done without passing a poll. And 54.9% think the polls are about right. So like I said, this is very early in this poll. It's a bit of a shame nothing is passing so far, and it'll be interesting to see what the final results will be. But I assume there are plenty more votes incoming, so the results could change significantly. If this poll's still open and you've not voted yet, please make sure you go ahead and vote. It's very important that you let your opinion be heard with the Old School RuneScape updates. Old School RuneScape is a community-based game, and every single update we get comes into the game with 75% approval from the Old School RuneScape community. But I suppose if some of these questions pass, that will change, but so far they are all quite far away from passing. If you would like to watch my video on the developer blog for this poll, please click here for the poll. And if you want to watch my video on the latest Old School RuneScape update, please click here for prayer scrolls, quality of life, and a quest. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and share, and if you want to keep up to date with the Old School RuneScape updates, deadlocks, and polls, please subscribe. I've been Lewis, thanks for watching, goodbye.